I started smoking pot when I was 14 years old. I was supposed to fight some guy at the roller skating rink, and that's a pretty normal thing growing up. There's somebody, that's nothing unusual. But my neighbor who just moved in said, his older brother, Tony, said that I should smoke some pot and listen to Styx Grand Illusion before I go fight this guy. And I was like, okay. And that's crazy. Like, I never had done drugs before, but I guess I was scared about the fight. And I thought, well, this guy is older than me and he's smarter than me, and I guess he's right. And you know what? I smoked the pot and listened to Styx Grand Illusion, and the guy didn't show up. So maybe it worked. I don't know. But that was the start of it. And my dad had gotten something from work. It had a bunch of bottles of schnapps in it, like a candy cane. And me and my buddy went out and drank that one night. We drank them all. And we were sick as a dog the next day. And I never stopped smoking pot from that day. I never stopped drinking from that day on. And then I heard that one of the guys I went to school with was selling Coke. And I'd never done that. And so me and my buddy spent $50 and we got some Coke. And we chopped up some lines on a cassette tape. That dates it. And we each did a line, and then we went to Hill's department store shopping down here. That lets you know how long ago it was. And after we were done, we went to Wendy's and ate. I didn't know you weren't supposed to eat when you did Coke. I didn't know the rules yet. I just was trying something new. And then we got out and we did some more, and I spilled it on the floor. And now looking back, I realized that I was an addict at that point. I got out on and opened the car door and got on my knees and snorted the rest of it out of the carpet with a straw. The first time ever doing it. And I would do anything I could to get cocaine. And when I say anything, the worst possible thing that you can think of, I did it. And it was degrading to myself. It was an embarrassment to anybody who ever knew me, loved me, cared for me, invested any time in me. It separated me from everybody and everything. So that gives you an idea how I used drugs. And from the very first time I did it. And I never stopped that. And none of this ever stopped till I was 31 years old, till I went to prison. And then I got out and did it again. And there's been ups and downs, but I just never... I had a taste of living differently, and I knew that I could always get back to that. So anytime that I used after that, I felt so guilty and ashamed, different than the first time, because then it was just what I did. And later on in life, it became something that I didn't want to do, but did anyway. And that's when it changed. And I had two parents that were loving and caring, and there was no abuse. I had everything I needed, every opportunity in front of me that anybody could ask for. We weren't rich or poor. We were, everything was available to me. It was my choice. And somehow I wound up being a drug addict. It wasn't supposed to happen to me. Everybody says it's going to get better. And they talk about it getting greater later and all that stuff. And I'm not really into the clouds and the birds chirping and a bunch of God stuff. It just got different. And I had to make the adjustment. I had to deal with different. That's what I had to do. There wasn't no special prayer that I could do that would take it all away. There wasn't no pill I could take that would take it all away. There wasn't any one thing that I could do that could make it better. I had to do everything. I had to do like a life change. And some of the simple stuff that I do today is crazy. Like I get up in the morning and read and maybe write a little bit. I call some people. They call me. I go to work on time. I don't steal from work. I work while I'm at work and I'm getting paid, and I do a little extra, and I come home and I fellowship with people outside of when I get home, and I have a girlfriend, and I don't lie to her, and I don't cheat on her, and I'm a pretty good friend today, and those are just some of the simple things that I've done. No big one thing. It was just really like, stop listening to the bullshit in my head and just listen to some other people and follow their suggestions. And really, it just became so much easier. Like today, the big deal, like one of my biggest deals lately was the little roof on my bay window leaked and messed up my ceiling. Like that's like been the biggest event in the last 3 months. Nothing more than that. And I didn't have to get high, and
That's about it.